And we're live.
So sometimes you're being 2 minutes late.
I'm so sorry, you guys. You don't understand what we just went through to get
My email said I didn't exist. So we can get the live up. I lost a bobby pin in my hair. I'm here for the people that just got off work.
that. Oh my god. My dog is trying to leave. Hold on. Golly go. That was the most stressful thing ever. It was like a countdown.
We're so sorry that we've been a little chaotic because I know we were supposed to have it yesterday.
And
then right now, like I lost my Gmail. We will nothing but smooth sailing from forward.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't know if we have anybody with us. I don't know if you're able to see on your side.
It shows there's 4 people here. If you're here, hello. Feel free to say hi. Just want to let anyone know that's here. We will be talking about Kingdom of the Wicked in depth, kind of with spoilers. So we're going to talk about spoilers for this book.
Absolutely. I also just finished, so I finished this book on Sunday. It took me, because I think I was like halfway through it when I started Sunday, so then like it took me like all of Sunday to get through it. I think I watched 3 movies through it. I watched Jurassic World 2, and How to Train a Dragon. I got through halfway through How to Train a Dragon when I finally finished the book.
I love that.
A multitasker right there.
You really are. Oh, people are here. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
Hello. So,
Wizards. I love it.
I know. I love that name. So, I will give my rating. I rated this a 4. I liked the second half of it a lot better than the first half. First half, I was kind of like slightly bored, but the second half made it up for me, and I really loved it. Like after we got to like a certain point, like in the middle, I feel like it picked up. I think whenever we got to start seeing like Rathmore and like learning a little bit more about all the stuff, it got like a little more exciting for me. So then I like finished it fast. I finished it like
you did.
I finished it pretty early.
Andrea and I started, I think, like the same time, same day. Yeah. And she finished within a week, and it took me the entire month. And usually does not take me an entire month to read a book.
Yeah.
But also, please feel free to give your ratings, thoughts, and opinions. If you rated it 0 stars out of 5, there's no offense taken here. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions.
Yes.
My opinions were all over the map. And you can ask Andrea.
What was your rating? Your official rating, Sarah?
3 out of 5. I'm like, I wish I could have given it more.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like confused at some point. So going to spoilers now. The curse itself, like it's supposed to, should a bride marry Pride, the devil, he gets all his powers back. And then everybody else, they get their powers back too?
I don't know. I feel like you understand it a little more than me, because I didn't kind of get all that exactly. I didn't know what we were like.
We read 2 different books. Okay.
We didn't read the same book. None of us in the entire book club read the same book. We all have different versions of it. Okay, but no, what I noticed in the Discord chat is like a lot of people that were finishing it were giving it like
really liking it.
Didn't give their ratings, but they were also saying like it was kind of slow.
Whoever I saw, like all the ones I saw, they were it's better. I kept hearing the second book picks up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kept hearing, because this book for me, it would pick up and then it would just drag again. So pick up, and for me, I was like, ugh. But there was one part on Saturday night. No, that was Sunday, because Sunday's when I finished. And I sent it to Andrea, but I sent a video on Snapchat, and Andrea completely, because she hates me, like skipped through all of it and didn't hear me. At one point, I told Andrea on Monday, If anyone has me on Goodreads, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I will just go in on a book, and I'm so sorry about that. But there's one part in the book where I thought, like, I was reading Harry Potter or, like, Halloween Town. No offense on Halloween Town. Love those movies. I love Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus. I've just never wanted to read a book based on them.
Do you have the quote ready? Do you have it?
I'm trying.
Okay, tell them the quote, because you need the quote.
So if anyone here has ever seen Harry Potter in the first movie, you all know Seamus Finnegan has that famous line, I rabbit, harp string, hum, turn this water into rum. Like, iconic, but only Seamus Finnegan can rhyme it. In the book, there was one quote where I just had to kind of like close the book because I just needed a moment. A dagger to kill, a snake to die. Blessed I'll go forth and fly. I just needed a minute. I just needed a minute to like take that in and then continue.
I think it's the fly part that's kind of like, huh? What?
What's the fly mean? I don't know. It was probably the fly that was just like sitting like over the edge.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, it was like, I don't know what to rhyme with this. Fly.
What's the fly?
Okay, I gave it a 4.5. I was actually confused by the ending and thought it was rushed.
Yes, I thought it was.
That was a good rating, though. That's a good rating.
It was. I'm so sorry. I'm over here making fun of it, but like, it was good. It just kept kind of like, it was just touch and go for me. It would pick up, and then it's like at one point we were like at a standstill. And the ending, I do agree, felt rushed because it was like we got from here to here. What are we doing? Like, who's going what? What's going on? And then I was like,
the very end, I was kind of confused. Like, I don't know exactly what she's going to do. She's going to the wicked verse, but hell, if you will. But
Kingdom of the Wicked.
But she's marrying
Pride.
Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about Antonio? I saw the reveal coming.
Yes. I think I thought it too, like in the very beginning, because I was like, it just has to be like, it's got to be. It's always the innocent ones.
Yeah, I agree. I gave it 4 stars. I agree the ending was a bit rushed. Yes. I agree. I'm trying to think back, because I finished it like way earlier than.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, my dog is trying to come back.
Come on. Andy has a cute little miniature poodle, and it will just get into anything and everything. And it loves her book room especially.
He does. He wants to come. He brought all his toys in here. He's really bad, but he's being quiet, so. Yep, I knew he was sus. It's like there's always those characters that you just know, you're like, I don't even trust this character because it's very obvious that they're not going to be like a good character.
Well, at first I was like, ooh, is he going to like add to the angst? But like, there's no way you can compare to rap. Like, that's like not even like a thing.
Okay, I honestly didn't, but I did think he was way too nice. Yeah, I thought maybe, well, it kind of hinted like he was like in love with her.
Yeah, he was like, you made me fall in love with you, bro. And she was like, you did that all on your own. But I feel like I just have seen, I always think it's like just the innocent ones. I'm like, it's always them. The one thing that I didn't, maybe this was like touched upon, or like maybe this like, what was it? That invisible demon? I was like, where'd he go? Just on. Did we ever get like, did we ever find out what happened to them?
If we did, I don't remember. I did really like the writing style. The descriptions of food were really good. Okay, that honestly was
good. I really wanted something to eat every time. I was like, where's my food? And then I'd go like make a toast and butter.
I usually don't like too many descriptions of like what the room looked like, the color of the walls and the floor, texture and all the stuff, and like food. But I did like that in this one. And
I think I'm the same a lot. I don't like it. Because, and not to veer off, but I remember in ACOTAR, Feyre was always quote unquote cataloging textures and colors.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking, I don't care. It's not a sky blue, it's blue. Let's move on. But I didn't mind the descriptions in this book. They didn't feel like they weren't like a whole like page about it. It was just like nice and sweet paragraph, to the point.
And I don't know if it's because I've read Stalking Jack the Ripper, because I've read it, but Sarah hasn't. So I've already like read Carrie Maniscalco's writing, but I feel like it was a lot different even in this book, like than it was in Stalking Jack the Ripper. If any of you have read that, do you agree or do you think it was the same? Because I thought it was kind of different, and I think I was just expecting it to be like Stalking Jack the Ripper, like the main character in that book. So then when we got this main character, I was kind of a little bit like, I don't know if I like her, but overall I ended up really liking the characters and like liking the book. So I have some notes that I haven't looked at in a while that I was taking while I was reading. They were like stuff I wanted to bring up. There's only 3. Okay, so one thing. Oh wait, I didn't realize she had another series. Yeah, she has a quartet called Stalking Jack the Ripper. There's like 4 of them out, or 4 of them in the series. That came out first, so I read that before. But that's why a lot of people were like hyped up for this book, because like she finally wrote something else, which is very different, I think, in tone. I don't know, they're very different series. But one huge thing that I just remembered from the book, from my notes, was the fact that it was revealed that she had unknowingly gotten into the marriage bond with Wrath.
Oh yeah. Of course there's a marriage bond. Of course.
I love that, honestly. I'm like, yes, they're mates. And they're not mates, but I was like, okay, this is getting interesting. I think that's where I really got more interested too.
I think for me, I was just like, of course, like there has to be. Of course, there's a connection between them. I will say that for me, I did not feel. Gosh, I feel like everybody liked it. I'm over here like I'm a hardcore critic.
You're a hardcore critic.
It took me a few tries to find the word, but we got it, guys. I didn't feel the chemistry like as like much as we've seen with other characters in other series. I was just like, they're just working together. Give me something.
But I think that might have been the purpose. Like, I don't think she wanted us to instantly think they were in love, because they weren't, and they hated each other.
Well, but like they felt something for each other, because like then like spoiler, they kissed, and I was like, what do you feel for each other? Like, you've only known each other like a day.
Yeah. But in their souls have known each other forever.
Okay.
You're okay. Like, well, okay. So whenever we found out that they had a marriage bond, I was like, this is fun. I like the angst. This is great. And she was so mad too.
I did get a little confused with all like the difference between like the marriage bond, the protection charm. There's like something else. Maybe I'm just making them up, but I got a little lost in translation there.
Oh, did I cut out?
You froze for like 1 second.
Okay, you cut out too. I was saying that Wrath like knew the whole time, and he had no choice. But like, I just thought basically, that was funny.
Yeah, but it's like he knew he was holding something back from her. Like you just knew.
Yeah, okay, we also didn't even get to know that much about him, like, at all. Mm-hmm. Like, he was never, like, I feel like he didn't start to get any developments until the end, and then he's gonna have more in book 2, so, like, I've heard that he does. But I kind of wish we would have got to learn a little bit more about him, and that he didn't have so many secrets.
I wanted to know more about the invisible demon. I wanted to know his purpose. And then we only saw it like 3 times.
Yeah. That series
would this be considered? I'm reading early, sorry.
I know. I was like,
sorry.
Yes, so good. I love it. I need to read the last 2 books in it. And is it Enemies to Lovers? I think so.
I don't know. I'm just so harsh. Hi.
I think it would be Enemies to Lovers.
I felt like.
Well, okay, maybe like as the series goes on, it will be more. Were they enemies? Were they
I
all
felt like
together?
she was like, I don't know, I'm gonna make you my enemy, so therefore you are my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you know, whatever, bro. I'm just here because you saw me. That's what you want me to be. I will be. It
Maybe
was.
a villain.
I felt like it was one of those. What's it called? Where like the two people have to like work together out of like they have like one common
Oh,
goal. Maybe that is like an enemies to lovers. Do I
like
just know my differences?
well, there's a trope that's like forced proximity, like forced together, and they kind of were. I also didn't understand why she stayed at her house for so long, and then he was like, "You have to move in with me now," and I'm
And
like,
she was like, "Bet okay."
I feel like she's been living like I get it. Her grandma like was attacked, and then she was like, "I have to move out now." I'm like, they know where your family is, and then they got her family anyway. Like that kind of.
When her grandma was attacked, I was like, of course she would be. You know, her sister just died, and her grandma's gonna die. I'm so glad that she didn't, by the way.
Yeah,
When I started this book, I honestly did not read the back of it. I was just like, yeah, I heard so many good things about that. I want to read that. I didn't read the back.
Sarah was like, what's the sister's name? I forgot. Oh,
Victoria. I never forgot her. Never forgot her.
Sarah was like, I love her. I love her so much. She's the most interesting one. And I was like, did you not read the back? Like, bro, we already know.
She died. And I remember I like called Andrew. I was like, bro, she died. Like, can you believe that? I was like, what in the world? And then Andrew was like, you know, you're really taken aback by that. And I was like, how could you not tell me she died? And she says it on the back, Sarah.
I lost it whenever
I just love diving into books, not even knowing what they're about.
We know now. That was I enjoyed book 2. I also gave it 4.5 stars. Okay, I'm reading book 2 this month because I need to find out what's so good about book 2.
I have a question.
I heard that we get to know Rat's real name. Okay, what's your question?
Oh, well, it was for I hope I'm saying it right. Karen. Did you think that book 2 had like more action or just like picked up more, like, a little bit better than book 1? Because I do want to start book 2. I just hope it's not as slow as I thought book 1 was. So if you think it picked up, let us know.
I think this is about the enemies to lovers. I think so because he expressed that he didn't like witches when he was summoned. That's true. They're like they're what are they? Their entities are like enemies, like witches versus wicked. This one says, I don't know if I would say they're enemies, but the forced accomplice may be also true. Yes, I could see it. It depends. I feel like some people, like when they want enemies to lovers recommendations, and then you give them something, they might be like, that was enemies to lovers. But like I don't know.
I saw that this book was like compared to like we were like halfway through the month. I saw that this book was compared to what was that one, Andrew, that we read? The Persephone and Hades retelling.
I knew you were gonna bring up that book. I was just hoping you weren't. A Touch of Darkness.
A Touch of Darkness. So A Touch of Darkness just was not my cup of tea.
Okay, but this was like a million times better.
And so when I saw that it was compared, at first I was like, oh no. But it was actually a lot better than Touch of Darkness. I don't know what I gave A Touch of Darkness, but I can tell you I went in on that book. R.I.P. to the person who let me borrow it.
You still have it. You haven't given it back to her.
No. I just did like a month ago.
Oh, wow. I'm proud.
2 weeks ago, actually.
Did you tell her? Did you give it back to her and say, here, it sucked?
I did not. I was trying to be very nice, but like she knew I didn't like it. She's like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's okay. Never recommend me again. Never recommend me.
If anyone liked A Touch of Darkness, we're sorry. We just didn't like that book too much.
It just wasn't for us. Like I did hear that like those books, like the ones after like number 2, number 3, they pick up, but like number 1 just like didn't get to me. I mean, it got to me, but like not in a good way.
It got on my nerves. Not good. Yeah, this one way better. I liked this one more.
Andrew and actually, we buddy read that book, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it took me a long time to get through that one, and that's how you know I didn't like it that much.
I actually think I read the book in like 3 days, but because I was so angry with the entire thing. I was like, I have to read more to like, I just want to be angry, like something happened, right? Oh, my favorite character in that book was literally got turned into a plant at the end.
Spoilers, Sarah. Oh wait, you didn't
say who it was, did I?
Okay, no, you didn't. I was like, again with the spoilers, spoiling people.
No, I'm trying to literally analyze the things I say before I say them.
I love that.
I'm trying, but obviously I did not analyze critic when I try to say it.
Critic. Okay, I have another note that I noted in my notes about. Oh, the last two are about Wrath. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was funny that Wrath enjoyed the food Amelia gave him.
I actually like that. I thought that was funny.
I thought that was like funny because he's like not a demon, whatever he is from hell, and he's like, or he's a prince of hell, right? And he's like, this food is good. This tortellini is good.
It actually reminded me of this one book I read. It was like an Annette Marie book. Can't remember what it was called. Like there was literally like a demon in the book, and like this girl baked him. Like this is a whole other book. She baked him like cookies, and he was like, "I hate you, but I love the cookies," and that's what it reminded me of.
That's Wrath. That's a funny thing to add.
I like that.
I was enjoying that very much.
I think the biggest thing I remember is just that rhyming. I'll go forth and why.
Is that the only thing that you like, Mark?
There was also, so I remember Andrew, she's like, I got bored with the scene, but this was the scene that I was like, oh yes, like I'm in it to win it now. When she was, I don't know how to say the name, I'm gonna butcher it, that snake demon, the Viper.
I don't know the name.
You need me to go look for it?
No, it's okay.
The scene where she was getting back her sister's amulet.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to like fight that snake thing. I thought that was pretty cool. But I also was like, this reminds me a lot of something called Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
And a basilisk.
Like, just say it's a basilisk. Just tell me that. And I was waiting for like Fox the Phoenix to show up and save her.
Yeah.
But it was Wrath who showed up and saved her. Or did she save herself? I can't remember. Well, he took care of her during her time of need.
You're like, well, I don't know about that. That's funny. And my other note, all I put was Wrath getting flowers for her. Aw, page 275. I think that was when she was going through her stage of like
grief, or I'm not happy.
Sleeping for days.
Yes.
Doing nothing. That sounds like me.
But on Untitled Saturday.
My plans for Saturday.
I say Andrew FaceTimes me like all the time on like the weekend, and I swear every time I answer, it's just like my forehead and then the wall because I'm in bed.
And it's dark, and she's like in a cave, like under her blanket.
12 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and it makes no sense because it's 3 p.m. I'm like, you should be up. You should be doing something.
I do something 5 days out of the week. So that means catch me doing nothing.
That was Amelia, and I was Wrath, like coming in, like, hello. And then didn't he like throw her in the bath?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was
nice. Forcing me to get out of bed.
Go take a shower. No, that was really nice of him. I liked that because he knew that like she needed that to replenish her witch stuff and all that. I was like, that was nice.
It's funny for me because I actually remember thinking, because I just like finished it. I read that like literally Sunday. I remember thinking like, oh, okay, like this is what she needed. He got her out of bed, and then I was like, flowers, why? I'm still not feeling a connection. I don't know. Andrew and I sometimes can be totally opposite on like.
No, but the flowers were like symbolic because she liked those flowers, or right?
I have no idea. I think what I wanted, and Andrew knows. Andrew helped me come to terms with this month. I finally figured out. Andrew knew this long before I did, but I love bully romances. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you do.
I never knew this about myself, but I would always like talk about these like books, and they're all bully romances. And Andrew was like, "Do you realize this about yourself?" And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." But came to those terms. I am finally out. I love bully romance. I didn't know that. But I think I just wanted them to be more mean to each other. I don't know what I wanted.
You get mad whenever the love interest does something nice.
And then I love it when they're just mean to each other. I love anger. I love people being mean to one another in books, especially like the hero and the heroine. But like, and then eventually we get the love and it's all nice.
You want them to be enemies to kill each other to maybe find each other in the afterlife.
I love that trope. It's my favorite.
And me, I'm like, usually I honestly don't care if two characters get together very early on. Like 100
That's
pages,
true.
after 100 pages, they can be in love. I will be like, okay, that makes sense. But Sarah's like, no, they need to hate each other 95% of the book, and then the last 5% they can like each other, and then the last 1% they can love each other. Wait, that
I
did
think
not.
the last like page, like they finally kiss. I'm like, woohoo!
The last sentence. Yeah.
I don't know. Someone in our Discord. I wish I had it here. But it was early on in the month. Someone in our Discord said that they wish they would have saw, because Wrath was portrayed as this big bad demon, and they wish they would have seen more of that.
Oh yeah, somebody did say that he wasn't like as scary or like whatever. Yeah, as mean as a demon should be, would be.
Maybe like just as vicious as he was like made out to be, and I wish we would have seen more of that. Like he had like his moments, but I wanted more of it. Give me.
Princes of Hell can be nice guys.
And his brothers weren't. I was like, man, just like not one good brother. Like, come on.
I know. What was that one scene when she was like out and she found like the bonfire? Was that Lust? That was kind of a. I didn't expect that.
Correct me if you're wrong, but I think it was.
I didn't expect that.
That was a lot going on there, but at the same time, I was like, ooh, angst.
That was kind of like a fever dream. I was like, huh. that scene was pretty good, but that was like a lot.
I was confused during that scene. I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, oh, like her and Wrath there, like finally, And I was like, oh, not Wrath.
I thought she was just having a good time. And then I was like, oh no, this is bad. It was Lust. Okay, yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Andrew's the best. I felt like a fever dream.
Because we didn't get to meet all of them yet. Like we met Wrath, Lust, Greed, Pride. Is that it? 4?
I feel like that's not it. Maybe do we get to meet more in the second book? Can anybody tell us that here?
Well, so my friend in real life, Alex, she is also joined us on this book club, and she read it and she said that we do. Which Sarah, awesome. You know Alex, but I do. Okay. Yeah, she said that we do get to meet more of the others.
Nice. I think I will read the second book just because, like, for me, it wasn't one that I was like, meh, going to half price. But it was like, okay, like, I am ready to see, like, more. I have
confirmation, yes, we do.
Thank you. I really just want more. I want more anger, more violence. I have no idea why these are the things I want. I'm such a peaceful Gentile person.
No, that's what you want in books.
The ending for me, and no spoilers, I'm trying to like run everything in my head first, felt very chaotic.
The ending of what?
This book. Because it was like...
We are saying spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, well, hold up. And so the ending reminded me of the ending to From Blood and Ash.
Oh.
No spoilers. It's like super chaotic. But this ending reminded me of like everything was like bam, 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 bam. And I was like, what is going on? Like, let me catch up. And so this ending actually reminded me of it.
Endings for me, like, can either like demote my rating a star or like up it a star. And I liked the ending, so I was like, okay, 4-star.
I like it when we ease into something nice. My preference, no cliffhangers.
No, see, I want the cliffhanger. I want the chaos. Like, tell us that a character died and we don't actually know if they're dead. Like, I like that.
If you tell me a character died, I will probably throw the book at the wall, and I might actually sell it to half price, like, because I get so mad, and it's like I don't quite mean to in the moment. It's like something out of anger I do.
And you wouldn't come back for the sequel?
A big chance is no. Unless the book is already out, unless it's like already a completed series, I will. If it's not completed, absolutely not.
Yeah.
If I had read, I'm still trying to, if I had read the ending to Empire of Storms before everything was out, but see, I was already so deep and invested. I don't know. I think I would have been livid. And
I
I
would
would
have been too scared to like start. Well, you would have got Tower of Dawn before Kingdom of Ash, so you would have
been more livid.
You would have been eased into it. There's a buffer right there.
I would have been livid that I wasn't finding out that I had to wait another year.
I know. I can't imagine the people who read Throne of Glass real time, because I would have been so mad if I was like the ending and then I got Tower of Dawn.
In a way, we're definitely not reading Throne of Glass real time now, but Sarah J. Maas, just her endings, they're not like big cliffhangers, but it's like, all right, and what's the rest of the story? Tell me. So like now we have to wait for like the next ACOTAR book.
They're
and we're
like
PC2 in February.
They end like, okay, now there's more crap for us to do. Now let's see how they figure that out. Like, I feel like that's how she ends.
The endings always felt like I felt like I'd run a marathon after I finished them. Like I was like, okay, like we made it out. Now it happened.
Well, okay, so like this one wasn't exactly like that, but I still feel like this ending set up for like it's already interesting because she possibly has a fake marriage trope. She's going into a new location. Part of it, I think, for me was that we were stuck in the same, like, she was running around her town so many times, to the church, to her house, to the bakery. She was just going in a circle everywhere, to Rat's house. I was like, I need to go somewhere else. I was like, when are we going to hell?
When I first, because I honestly jumped into this book like knowing nothing. I just thought, what a pretty cover. I've heard good things. And then we met Wrath, and then we met like another brother. I think the next one we met was Greed or Envy. Can't remember, one of those. But I thought, I was like, is this a reverse harem? And then it was not. And then like the way they treated her, I was like, okay, it's not a reverse harem. And I just explained that term to Andrea last night. She did not know what that was.
I didn't.
And if you don't know,
so she agreed to marry Pride but left with Wrath, correct?
It was wild.
Did she leave? Well, Wrath is taking her to Pride.
Yes. So they went to help together.
Yeah, and he's taking her. I really just want to know how the next one's going to go, like, about that, because is she going to actually marry Pride? Okay, no, you want to know my theory? Should we move on to my theory, which I haven't even told Sarah? Is that she can't marry somebody else because she's still in a marriage bond with Wrath. That's my theory.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Didn't think of that. I thought you were just going to say, because, like, not only does she have a marriage bond with Wrath, but she's already married to him.
No, I don't think they're already married, but I think that, like, she can't marry somebody else because she's in a marriage bond. But I could be wrong, and that is all wrong.
Oh, and how do you break a marriage bond? Okay, I know some people here for number 2. Me and Angie were just throwing things out here.
They did break it, and then they did it again, I thought.
I mean, that's really interesting. I hadn't even thought of that. Whenever I always predict, like, what's going to happen in the next book, I'm always so far off. I don't ever predict anything right.
You're like, her sister's still alive.
I would love that. I would love it if somebody actually found her heart and put it back in her chest and just let it up.
Give it back, please.
And give us dual point of views. I want Victoria and
Amelia. Did you know her name? Did you even read the book? No, I think I feel like we would get to learn more about the sister's secrets. Like, she was obviously involved in all this stuff. I feel like we'll learn a little bit more. Have you seen the Fairy Loot covers, Sarah?
No, I haven't.
They're really pretty. I agree with this statement. They are so...
Let me Google this. Can I Google it?
Yeah, I think you can. Fairy Loot, Kingdom of the Wicked. I think that'll bring it up. I was also confused by that at the end. I still don't think I know.
Like I said, the ending was just chaotic, and I got lost.
It was, but it's okay. That just happens. Oh, I think we have an explanation. Wrath was the one escorting the girls that made a bargain with Pride. When she signed the contract, she became one of those girls. I'd keep the marriage bound to Wrath will still count since she didn't do the blood oath with Wrath. Okay. Some logic to this now. This makes sense. Yes. Okay. How did I completely forget that? The whole point why Wrath was even like in there.
Oh.
Huh? What?
I was like, you were like his whole point. I was like, blood oath.
Oh, yeah. No, his point like was so that he could get the girl to go marry Pride. That was his purpose. I remember.
I feel like I've not found the right thing. I just found fan art, but maybe that is the covers.
You might not be able to just Google it because it's like an exclusive cover. It might just be on their Instagram.
Is it them on the cover?
No.
I am wrong.
I will find it and send it to you later.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, now I have the hardcover of book 2 and the paperback of book 1. So
look at that.
I was actually gonna ask this, but I was like, I don't know if they know, so I'm not gonna ask and put them on the spot. Because I was like, why did he have to do that? Like, anyway, like, why is that his job? Why can't Pride get his own people?
I don't know if you heard my doorbell, but it's all good.
I heard your doorbell. Your pizza's here.
My pizza's here. It's okay.
Can you hear Wally squeaking a toy?
I do. One thing I was confused about, and I remember I mentioned this earlier, but like I don't think we answered it. So, what the curse, please, if anybody knows. So, Pride gets all his powers back. So does Wrath.
You said this at the very beginning. I'm
still so confused about it.
You're circling back to it.
I'm circling back. I'm so sorry. We're making a full circle around.
Okay.
Does anybody understand that curse? Who gets what? Who loses what? Because I remember it was Indy in the end who was like betraying them and killing. No. It was Antonio, but like, wasn't it Envy who like wanted something else? We promise.
My silence is because, in my defense, I finished this 3 weeks ago, and I've read many books, so I don't remember the specific details. Okay.
Let me just read real quick.
Reading sprint so we can all actually understand it.
If someone understands the curse, anyone, if you even think you understand it, please help us. Oh, you know who I wanted more of? And this is because I have horrible taste.
I'm trying to think of the randomest
character. Alexi, the vampire, who is helping Indy. A vampire? Come on, give me his book.
Will we see him? Can vampires go to hell? Seems like a place they can go.
See more of him. I feel like we will. If we will, I'm excited. But if we don't, please nobody spoil it for me. I'm gonna be really sad. But I'm going to assume we're all a little lost on that curse. Maybe I didn't read as I should have. Oh, Alexi. I wanted more of Alexi. More of him.
Sarah does this thing where she likes to read characters in every book. Like, the ones that I don't even think of twice. She's like, but did you see blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, I
But
don't
once
remember.
after like 3 pages, I'm just like sold. That's who I'm rooting for. I'm not shipping with them with anyone. Just rooting for them. I just want to see more of them.
That's
Do
why
their
I
thing.
like Sam Cortland so much, because he only gets like a couple lines.
My love for Sam Cortland is still as strong as the day I met him. I will never not love him.
I was like, we're all lost here.
I'm just going to assume that the curse breaking it would only benefit Pride and Wrath, because that's how this book works.
Great.
I don't think there were any other. I mean, I can skim through it because I totally forgot about Alexi, but I'm so glad I found him again. Was there anything else that you remembered or had any more notes about?
I didn't have any more notes. I think I was mostly just ready for book 2.
I hope
By the end, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen next?
I hope we get to learn a little more about Victoria's role and everything, because I really felt like. Okay.
I think so too. I think everything that we don't understand, anything we don't understand, I feel like we're not supposed to
I
know.
hope book 2 has a recap.
You know, a lot of books used to have that, or like bigger fantasy books do have recaps at the beginning, and I don't know why more don't do that. I feel like that's kind of cool.
You know what? Like specifically, like a series that I remember that did recaps, but every single time I read the recaps, I was like, "Why is it giving me this? Of course I know this."
Okay, what?
It's Harry Potter.
Does it give? Oh, like in the story?
Every single time, because it always, I think, like all the books that like start off with him, like at Privet Drive.
Yeah, and there's like a whole paragraph
about the boy on 112 Privet Drive, and like on book 7, I was like, well, we know he's a wizard. But spoilers if you didn't know that Harry Potter's a wizard.
You're just spoiling everyone, Sarah. No, but a series that does that too is like Nevernight, and in the last 2, it's not even in the first chapter. It's like a whole little, I forgot what it's called, but I like the way that they did it in that one, because it's like literally a whole little couple pages dedicated to recapping, and it's like told by the narrator. It's really interesting. I like that. I feel like more books could do that.
I can't think of like another series that did it like Harry Potter. I was always just like, why is she telling us like stuff we already know for like 7 books?
Yeah,
Like,
and once you already know, it's like, okay, and
now I get it. Like, I didn't appreciate it at the time, but like now I need it.
now I want it, and nobody does it. You know what people don't do? Wait, I think it is in this book. Oh, it's not. Like chapters used to have titles, and nobody does title chapters.
That's right. I mean,
like when I was growing up, I thought like if you wrote a book, you had to write chapter titles. That was like part of being an author, and none of the authors do that.
I feel like we read books this month that were like the titles were chapter, but like I think it was. I finished Little Woman on January 1st. That one had titles, but like that's an old book.
That's way back.
And me and Andrew read The Love Hypothesis this month. That had titles. Maybe it's just fantasy that doesn't have titles.
It didn't technically have titles. It had hypothesis every chapter.
That felt like a title.
I guess
it was a little snippet, like a sneak peek of what we were getting into.
Yeah, that's basically what a chapter title's for. Okay, yeah. It's the same.
Felt like a title.
Yeah. But this one did have those like quotes at the beginning of the chapters, some of them. I was always kind of confused. You skipped them. You didn't read them, did you?
I think I read like the first 2. And I was like,
not to veer off track, but don't get Sarah and I started on the love hypothesis. We also love it.
Nothing but love for my girl Olive.
My boy Adam.
My boy Adam. Me and Andrew, we had a whole discussion like before tonight. Like I FaceTimed her an hour before. I was like, what are we talking about? Like, aren't we talking like strictly about the book? Like, because I have joined other book clubs before, and we always veer off. And I was like, or are we going to veer off? She's like, no, I think we're just on topic. But The Love Hypothesis, let's talk about that for like 1 minute. Amazing. If you haven't read it, go out and buy your copy today. But do not have it shipped to you. I had my copy shipped to me, and there's a page inside it that was ripped in half down the middle.
Sarah's page was literally ripped in half. She couldn't read it.
And Angie got the live reaction because I was recording a little sad video to send to her, and I was like, just got my own copy of The Love Hypothesis, brand new, never been touched.
She was like, it's never been touched, it's perfect. And then she was like, it's ripped. That was
I had like a little like something seemed off about one of the pages. I was like, ooh, that one seems funny. Ripped. I was livid, and Andrew got the entire thing. Like,
it was funny. But we love that book. Literally my favorite book in December.
Absolutely.
I ended up reading it. Oh my gosh, no, I read it. First book I read this year was The Love Hypothesis, and I just reread it. I read it twice this month, and that's how much I like it. And I'm not even a fan of romance, but I loved it so much.
It was the second book I read in January, and I remember, because I borrowed Andrew's copy, and I had it for a little over a week. I think I finished that thing in like 3 days, and then the next day I started rereading it again. Yeah. It is so good, and I tried to get
the page ripped Harvey.
Oh man, that was terrible. I wanted to cry because also when I found out on like it was like late at night, so I couldn't call then. So like I went to bed thinking I was like, oh my god, I paid for a ripped book.
Yeah, so shout out to Barnes Noble for ripping Sarah's book.
I thought about like, can I like post this on like social media and like tag them and then get my money back? But my sister was in town that day, and so she was like, dude, give me the book. I'm gonna go back home to Austin, go to that Barnes Noble and get you a new one. So she did, and everything was good.
Fun fact, Sarah has a twin just like Amelia and Victoria.
And we are identical.
They are.
That's actually a joke, so sorry. We're not identical. She's 4 inches taller than me. I'm really
I was like, why are you lying to the people, Sarah?
I'm really upset with the height thing, that she got 4 inches more than I did.
Y'all do look alike, though.
A little bit, but we are nothing alike. I tried, so when she got my book from Austin, she called me. She's like, I got your book. And I was, all right, read it. I love it. She called me back maybe like 2 hours later. She's like, I read the first chapter. And I was like, awesome. And she's like, I can't do it. And I was like, this is why you have no taste. This is why you like to live like bland. If my sister, I'm going off on the stupidest like metaphor, but if my sister was a piece of chicken, she'd be bland. No seasoning, no salt, no pepper.
Just plain.
Plain. Disgusting.
Who is Amelia and who is Victoria? I don't want to say that name. Victoria? Who is who out of you and your sister, Sarah?
In high school, my sister would have been the Victoria, and I would have been Amelia. And now that we're older, at high school, out of college, I'd say I'm the Victoria, and my sister is Amelia.
Okay.
But I do hope to live.
But I want to live. Well, you know how to do that. Don't go talking to Princess of Hell.
Wedding deals.
Give up your amulet, and maybe you'll make it.
No, never.
I'm going to Barnes & Noble on Friday and want to pick up The Love Hypothesis. Yes, you have to.
Support. And
This Woven Kingdom. Also, yes, you have to. I haven't read This Woven Kingdom, but it's the Illumicrate book for January, and I'm getting that box, and I can't wait for my copy to come in because it came out today. And I can't
wait to see Andrew's copy.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. My bad. Sorry about that.
Okay. You need to step up for a minute.
I was getting a call on my laptop. What was I saying? Oh yeah, somebody said that we should do This Woven Kingdom as our March, or as one of our book club picks. And I
Okay.
haven't brought this up to Sarah yet, guys. Sarah has something against Tahira Mafi, so I don't. If we
I
can
have
convince her to
nothing
get this Woven
against
Kingdom in March, then we can do it. I'm here for it. Sarah is the one that has something against Tahira Mafi for some reason,
I
even though
have
she's
nothing against her. It's funny because when Andrew and I talked about an hour earlier, we were discussing on how to appropriately say her name because I thought I was saying it right, but I was saying it wrong. I'm so sorry. So it's Tahira.
I knew it was. I knew it was. Stephanie's the one that brought it up. I knew it. It's Tahira, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I was saying, but Andrew said it was wrong.
You were
I
saying
have nothing. What was I saying?
you were saying it wrong.
I think I was like one vowel off. But I have nothing against her. I just wasn't a fan of not the series, but the very first book, Shatter Me. When I was done with that, I remember I took that book, rolled it up like a piece of paper, chunked it in the trash can.
It's a lot of pieces of paper.
Lots of piece of paper. Should have recycled it, but I did a lot better. I took it to half priced.
Okay, then what? Then you read the other two in one day.
I hated that book. I'm not a fan. I'll never read that book again. But for months, Andrew was like, read the second. It gets better. And I was like, you're lying to me. And I read the second book. And I think I finished the second book at maybe 8 p.m. on a Saturday. And I bought the third book on my Kindle at 8:01 p.m. and stayed up till 3 a.m. finishing the third book because those books weren't bad.
Hear me out. She does great characters. She makes interesting characters. So I feel like since this one is, it seems to be more of a fantasy because Shatter Me was more dystopian, I feel like. So I feel like this one might be really good. I personally think it's gonna be a 5-star for me. So if Sarah says yes, we can do it in March.
All right. I'm going to say yes.
You're like, no.
Right here. I'm going to say it's only because Shatter Me was a 2000 or 2010, 2011?
Maybe 2012.
And so I feel like, because that book does not have the best ratings, I feel like maybe she's taking some criticism on what
Yeah, probably improved.
And we won't be getting the same characters thrown at us with different names.
No, I don't think so.
I liked nothing. Nobody and nothing in the first book. I remember I was just waiting for an explosion to take them all out.
Cool. Bye. Thanks for joining us.
So sorry your phone's dying. We have lots of you though.
Yes. But yes, I think that. Okay, it's official. Now I can buy it. I was going to wait for you guys to choose. Okay, well we've chosen. Sarah chosen.
It's chosen. Well, speaking of since we're playing them all out, I still haven't bought February's book. I am here to represent the people who haven't bought that book yet.
Our book. Oh, sorry. What, Sarah?
Oh, I said it's not too late. You can still go buy it.
Oh, I was gonna say, me and Sarah figured out very early on in our book club, it works because I'm the one that will start a book on the first day of the month and finish it within the week. Sarah will start it the first day, maybe the second, and then she won't finish it until the night before we're gonna do our live show. Sarah hasn't even bought the Atlas 6, which is our February pick. So if you want to join us for February, we're going to be reading the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Sarah still has to buy it. There's time for you to buy it, like Sarah, and join us.
You can do it. If you want, buy it the day before. We even do our live. We're good. Because I promise you, I'm probably just starting the book that day. Shatter Me was made in 2011. So
that's what you've been doing this whole time.
So sorry.
I gave all of them 5 stars. No, that's a lie. I didn't. I gave the third one a 3.
You are lying.
I think I gave it a 4, and I gave the second one a 5, and the third one a 3. Yeah, that's my ratings.
They are just I won't say them here because they're just so cringy to say, but there are lines in the first book that keep me awake at night. Like, they replay in my mind.
They haunt you. They give you
They
nightmares.
they really do. There was a line in Andrea and I, we swapped books. I know Andrea talked about this on her channel, on her videos. We swapped books in December. I gave her the Wool of Winnipeg. She gave me the Love Hypothesis, and we both annotated in them, and ready to their slots. Well, there was a line in the Love Hypothesis that I know I highlighted because it reminded me of a cringy line from Shatter Me, because it was something with butter. There's a disgusting line about butter and Shatter Me that I can't unread. I can't. It's still here.
Sarah doesn't like metaphors.
No, that is wrong. I come up with the stupidest metaphors ever. I just call myself a piece of chicken. Okay, don't tell me I don't like metaphors.
Okay, well, we're gonna give this Woven Kingdom a chance. This is Taha Mafi's moment to redeem herself in Sarah's eyes.
I mean, she redeemed herself in the third book for me.
But you won't read the last three.
I cannot go through those last three though.
You don't make sense. Okay, I'm not trying to have this argument again. But
Andrea and I have this argument at least once a week.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Atlas 6 is only in hardcover by Barnes & Noble. I didn't even know they made hardcovers of it. Oh my gosh. I'm on the wait list at my library, but I can't I can afford their books. So we'll have to see. That's totally fine.
We're not forcing anybody to read anything here.
You only get the books that you think you're gonna love. That's the most important thing when you go to Barnes & Noble. You better get whatever you think you're gonna love.
I told Andrew this last night. Life is too short, and there are too many good books to read to force yourself to read something that you don't want to read.
Yeah.
Because I will not say the book title, because I still don't know if Andrew said 12 through, but last night she was like, should I DNF this book? And I was like, girlie, let me tell you, no, life's too short. There's too many good books out there. DNF. That's another support here, DNFing.
I did DNF a book last night. I will mention it in my wrap-up for this month. But but also, if you don't get to Atlas 6, maybe you can read it another month later. But
I really hope that this one's a banger.
Sarah also doesn't have the book yet, and I feel like I overrode the decision for February because I already own the book, and I was like, Sarah, let's read this one. And she was like, okay. But I already had the book, so it was easier for me. I apologize for that, Sarah.
Nope. I mean, Andrew's our leader here, and I am the sidekick.
No.
Andrew is the main character here. I am a side character.
Not true. You have a twin. You're a main character. I don't have a twin.
I'm the main character out of the two of us. She's the side character. She's in my story. She's lucky enough to be a part of it. My twin sister is definitely not here. She's not a big fan of books. I wish she was. That'd be super cool. But
we always joke that what would we do if she was randomly watching our live show one day and was in the comments? We would probably have to shut down the live if we ever shut it down real quick. It's because Sarah's sister has found us.
My sister, if we ever see my sister's name pop up, I will also be concerned. I feel like someone will have kidnapped her and is using her phone for something, because I know for a fact she would never. My sister found my Bookstagram. Well, she didn't find it. It do you want to follow your sister? And my sister screenshotted it to me, sent it to me, bullied me for a minute, and then I was like, all right, well, since you're done with that, please follow me. She's like, no.
Did she ever follow you?
No.
Oh my god. That's so mean.
She knows it's out there. She knows it exists. She refuses to follow me, so.
That's hilarious, though.
I love her. She loves me. She's honestly my sister. She was like, I don't even know what to do with you, Sarah, but don't let anybody else bully you about this. Only I can bully you. And I was like,
I think she has some main character energy. She's one of those girls that's like, I'm not like other girls. I don't read books, and she's saying that in a book.
That's my sister. But also, because I remember I can't remember what it was, but I told Andrew this, my sister will bully me over the stupidest things, but she does not let anybody else bully me over those same things.
That's a good sister. I got the Atlas 6 at the beginning of January. Oh, I'm so late. I was cooking. Oh my gosh, that's one of the reasons we were almost late because I was cooking and I had to eat my dinner in like 10 minutes before we just got on. So I feel you on that. But yay! Very excited for the Atlas 6. All I had heard was good things, and recently I've been hearing some like negative reviews. So I'm just open to if I like it, I don't. What?
I'm hoping for the best. I don't even know what it's about. I've completely forgotten.
I kind of know it's about. I don't want to read the back, but it's kind of a big book.
It's a big boy.
Kind of is, but very excited to read it. But okay, so I think we can wrap up there. We hit an hour, so.
Okie dokie.
Thanks for joining us. If you read Kingdom of the Wicked with us, if you liked it, I hope
you enjoyed it.
Hopefully you can, if you want to, join us next month. Sarah will get the book.
I promise I will. What's it? Come hell or high water, I will get that book. If I have to steal Andrew's.
Okay. Yeah. If I have to send Sarah a picture of each page.
You will. I know for a fact, if I needed, Andrew would be my own audio book.
I could do that.
She could.
Yeah.
Sometimes Andrew and I like to send her like little snippets of books I want, and I like to be the audio person. Oh, books that I want her to read.
Sarah's good at it too. But yeah. Okay, well, that's it. So hopefully, we'll do another live show in February. So
thank you all for joining us.
Yeah. Bye. Oh, of course. This is like the funnest thing me and Sarah do together.
That's not a word.
Okay. Well, bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night.